I'm not trying to be a or be mean or anything, but I'm gonna stick my mind on this damn app. I ain't gonna lie, the Mafiathon thing that COD did, that's COD doing right now, that's boring. And y'all be saying DDG was boring. DDG is not boring. Like, I'm sorry, like that COD shit
He
ain't
was your
Streaming for
mogul.
stream. I respect it.
There is this growing sentiment on the internet that Mafiathon specifically, and I had to type it in to search it, but Mafiathon specifically is boring.
Part two, the comment section is blowing up. People saying a lot of things, and that's what's up. We started that conversation. Mafiathon 2, the same thing was being done. What's happening now, like I said before, it ain't Kai, it ain't the production team, it ain't the Clover Boys. It's the guest and the guest manager. And I'm going to tell you why. For the most part, you can tell who's the genuine guest, like Marlon, Ray J, etc. But for the rest of them, no. They all up there trying to promote what they got going on, bro. Kai, get the guests out of here. They're trying to promote. This how the guests act. Kai, I'm so happy to be here. I'm just happy to see you. That's how they act. See you doing like a promo, bro. Like now, Kai that's like the Jimmy Fallon show. Guests has got to stop chasing the buck. The whole point of you being there is for us to see like the human side of you, not the celebrity side. We already know who you are. Like Mafiathon too. That's why we liked it so much, because Drewski, Kevin Hart, they were acting like Castanet friends hanging over, like, and that's why it seems so genuine. Even if Kevin Hart gave him a shirt, it seemed like a friend gave you a shirt, not like I'm giving you a shirt because I'm trying to promote my business.
I just want to. He's 30.
Clearly 30.
And
every time.
It don't matter that he's 30, but I just wanted to be known.
It kind of matters.
He is 30. Growing sentiment on the internet that I'm sorry, me saying he's 30 is crazy. Growing sentiment that that Mafiathon 3 just feels different. It's not as good, or it just has this different vibe. There's a bunch of different things to remark, but I think even for us as non-consumers of Mafiathon 3, we have seen less of Mafiathon 3 than we've seen of any Mafiathon before this. So I don't know if, and this will lead into a bigger conversation about subathons in general, these marathon streams in general. But what's up? What's going on?
I think it's clear to me. Bar has been raised too high. I think the highest bar for him now is Streamer University. Even if we're just keeping it to Mafiathon 2, respectfully, like nothing about this Mafiathon 3 is significantly better than Mafiathon 2. So while yes, like in a vacuum, like he's still doing fire content for his standards, it's just not flying anymore. I think the same thing happened to marathon content in general. Like the first Elden Ring marathon was fire, but after a while, I mean, you're just gonna do another game. Like it's just not gonna fly. I think the bar is just too high right now with streaming. And even the Kai Cenats, the DDGs of the world, they don't know how to top their own like ideas at this point. So,
I would just say the fans are getting numb. Like, yes, the bar has been risen, and now the fans are numb to the dumb shit. You can't just bring on just anybody and think people are going to be impressed. Some of these guests that he has on, and is ruining like a lot of things that happen in past incidences, and we'll get into that later. But it genuinely, once you raise the bar to a certain level, your audience is used to where that rise is. You cannot teeter under it. You cannot just coast. You can't just chill. You have to always meet that standard in their eyes, and they're seeing through the bullshit.
Yeah, burnout is definitely 20% of it definitely audience burnout. I would say obviously you have to hold the creator somewhat accountable, but I think majority of the percentage probably has to do with like a situation of, okay, we're gonna have this guest come in and he's gonna do this wacky thing and then promote. I think the second guy was kind of on something, if I have to shoot it straight, because the ones that I've seen on my Twitter are typically those random miscellaneous moments where the guest is kind of just, doing some dumb shit. But anytime but what I'm also starting to see from it is a good amount of the time, if it's not that random dumb shit that you expect from a Kai clip, it's them just kind of just sitting there being them, literally just like, my name is Sage, left turn, right turn, and then leaving. And I think that was a major part of what made Mafiathon 2, so impressive, was, oh wow, you do have Glorilla. So even for the consumer, it was like, oh damn, well, Glow's there. Even the Glow didn't say shit, but then on top of that, Glow was turned up. Or Kevin Hart and Drewski, granted, to be fair, they're comedians, so it'd be weird if they just sat there. But regardless, they had energy as well. I think it's a casting situation along with the guest. I think most of it probably is the fact that it's a guest issue right now. And then any remaining would just be, yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't feel too unique. I think Bezos hit it on the head. I think Mafiathon, the reason why it's not going to be like a 4 necessarily, unless he's going to do it every September, is because Stream U is probably going to be the big dog now.
I think even in this conversation, there's two things that I noted. It just came across my timeline that may be like, what's going on? One, people have been talking about how the Clover Boys have been much more ingrained in this stream, and how even they seem really tired of what's going on, just the concept as a whole. One with the stuff about the weeds not too long ago, and then they also, this came out maybe yesterday. Kai was snapping on Ray because he was asleep all day.
I don't want anybody to feel forced or nothing. I swear to God. I swear to God. Just let me know so I can be able to. I don't want anybody to feel forced or nothing. I swear to God. I swear to God. Just let me know so I can be able to. You feel me? I can do a lot. Or I can do the shit by myself. I ain't gonna lie. I can do all the segments that I have to do. Though this one I just need help. That's all I'm asking. That's it. Are you tired? Like, why are you sleeping all day, Ray? Are you just tired?
Tired, bro. Yeah.
But what you doing though? Like you sleep. Okay, you sleep, right? So we had the gym at what time? 12 p.m. We finished at 12 p.m. So you slept for 7 hours?
No.
So what you doing?
I eat.
I don't want anybody to feel forced or.
And even on the side, yes, like Kai and Tylil, the only ones who actually give real energy. Like everybody's just, present because they gotta be present type shit.
Yeah, I didn't. Oh, I thought you were done.
No, go ahead.
I didn't touch upon the subject while I was yapping, which is impressive, right? But really thinking on it, yeah, there has been probably beyond the most of the same familiar faces on Mafiathon too. I guess the Clover Boys is what they go by. But like last Mafiathon, it was just Miles Morales, the drummer boy, and Kai. Was there any other name that was always there?
Not like always there. I don't.
Yeah, I think it was only them 3 because you had to do the stay up shit, and then you had Kai himself. Tylil was there often, but he wasn't even there as much. I think ever since Mafiathon 3 started, they've been there. At least 4 of Rakai, Dez, Tylil, Punga. I'm trying to remember everybody's names. The Tota and Ray. Yeah. They've all been there. It's at least been 4 of them on the screen at all times. Now I'm really thinking about it.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's like fatigue of seeing them specifically, or maybe they're just complacency, or I don't even know what it is that would make them like not be 1,000% locked in. It does probably make me want to talk about the nature of like this concept as a whole, because I don't think that this is a sustainable concept. It never really was. And then once you just elevate an already unsustainable concept, it just becomes like a worse version of itself. But I think them being, the Clover Boys acting the way they act on stream is also a visible deterrent for like people to come back and be like, yo, we want to watch this. This is cool.
Can I just ask anybody that was to anybody that has watched or partook, was the most energetic and enthusiastic moment for the Clover Boys when they were going to smoke with Snoop Dogg?
From what I've seen, yeah.
I think so, yeah. That or the fight, them fighting is
because they're detoxing. So, yeah, so they're deprived from smoking.
Crack is an addictive
drug. It's a hell of a drug. It's a hell of a drug. I'm just gonna say, as a fellow addict, yeah, that's what happens. You tell them, impress them about not smoking, and then the druggies are boring. They're just there. At a certain point, their brains turn off because they want to smoke. I'm sitting here looking at this clip. I'm like, dang, you know who's not here? Reggie. I wonder if they're cycling out. Was Reggie not there?
He's
Or
sick.
is he coming later? He's sick? All right, cool. I would just say, I'm not surprised that we're having energy issues when half or majority of the Clover Boys smoke heavy and they can't smoke now. These guys are addicts detoxing. You can't be surprised they're not enthusiastic. You can't be surprised they're not, Ray, why are you sleep all day? He's depressed. Ray can't smoke. I don't even know if Ray's a smoker, but he's a smoker now. Ray can't smoke.
I don't even know if he's
Depressed.
bro.
Oh, I didn't just sleep. I ate. I guess. You druggy?
That's exactly what an addict would say. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I don't even think Ray smokes, but the
He
second
smokes
thing
now.
that I
All
know
Clover Boys smoke. What do you think Clover is? Weed.
the second thing that I noticed, and I've genuinely never seen this be activated before or done before, is this the remix to Ignition right here.
Oh wow.
Power Hour. Yeah, do y'all know about that?
Yeah,
we talked about
I
it.
seen a tweet about Power Hour. I don't know what Power Hour is though.
Okay, a lot of y'all want to use the power hour. Now listen, I'm asking y'all, okay? So for those who don't know, the reason why I seen last hour is because we are at the final hour of the subathon. Technically not the final hour of the subathon. This ends at day 30 if the timer goes off. If that timer hits 0, I'm repeating to everybody. If that timer hits 0, chat. If that timer hits 0, the stream ends. Okay? This is the point of a subathon. The subathon is just like this, okay? Now listen, chat. If it hits 0, the stream ends. But, okay, if it don't hit 0, it continues. Each sub is 3 seconds, but y'all about to use a power hour, which for a whole entire hour, the seconds of a sub are doubled. Okay? The seconds for a sub are doubled. Y'all want me to post about it?
I love Kai. I do. I think what he does is great. I think what he does is phenomenal. I know a bullshitter when I see a bullshitter.
Had to do what he had to do, man. That was a trump card.
The no pun intended. The Adam Silver stutter. The Kai Cenat Power Hour explanation.
I ain't gonna lie. He pressed alt. I have a couple alts.
Yeah, that's
But
old.
he pressed alt. And that's all it. Nothing wrong for anybody that's
pressing
gonna
whole clause. Like,
yeah, I'm about to say I was gonna get there. Anybody that thinks he's a piece of shite, no, he defined what subathon is. That's how some people do their subathons. All right, we gonna keep going. A sub is a minute per se. What lower end streamers typically say is a sub is about 5 minutes. And whenever that timer runs out, is when that timer runs out. GG's 24-hour cap for a lot of people. Cool. His is I capped at the month or when the timer goes out. Cool. He ain't ever explained it. So he ain't ever explained it. He ain't ever had to show him that for a reason, to be fair. But yeah, bringing it to the attention, yeah, he pressed alt. That's like if I just say, you know what, we're gonna boot up this wheel stream. We're gonna have whole claws, 5 gifted. We'll change the show immediately. It's a thing. If you think that a streamer's a bad person for it, then that's a conversation in general about is the idea of people getting donations and profiting off of said donations directly a good or bad thing. But yeah,
well, let me say this. I don't think, because I when I was scrolling to do more research about this, I was like the people saying like, this is just begathon. This is just begathon. I disagree with the notion. Like streaming is begging, it's panhandling, it's soliciting, it's all those things, which is fine. Like I get that. That's the concept. What I'm referring to in that clip is I don't think I've ever seen like a marathon of his get to where the time. I really don't think I've seen too many streamers get to where like the timer gets that low, especially a streamer of his caliber get really like that low to the point
I don't
where
think they set their times as low as Kai too. Like I think for
like
other
their
streamers,
per
it's like
second.
one sub is 30 seconds. For Kai, it's 3
yeah,
seconds.
yeah. It's typically 30 seconds to a minute, some 5 minutes. It's really relative to what
granted,
Kai's
all
really
to a
playing on like
scale.
Hall of Fame right now.
It's all to a scale. It's all to a scale. So I get that too. Apparently, he's also activated the power hour multiple times.
So how many power hours do they have? He did say you're using a power hour in the clip.
Hey,
So
from my
obviously,
There's
understanding,
no limit. I mean,
yes,
Unlimited.
it's
Be
a
a
power
power
hour
day.
until we get to the end of the
But
month.
see,
it's gonna be a power day on God.
yeah, I ain't going cap. That's kind of where I'm at with it. So like, even I'm trying to be relative because
month.
I'm my best teacher. and a lot of stuff. So I'll be like, okay, if I do hold claws, we'll stop at 5 respins. We can't do this forever. We'll never watch anything. So I'm just like, okay, for him, if you power hour it, you get like 5 power hours, 1 power hour a day, something like that. If he could just power hour any moment in time, might as well increase that jump from 6 and then do 6 to 12. Right?
Do y'all think not everyone in the AMP collective, but just like the whole verse has like a complacency problem right now?
Complacency? No, I think everybody
like the hunger ain't there type shit. I don't know, because we have these conversations when it comes to maybe this is a bad analogy, like with the NBA, with like you make so much money, and making money in the NBA is so normalized now that once you get into the league, like people aren't as competitive, they aren't as hungry to be great. I feel like for like the Clover Boys, even AMP as a collective outside of Kai and Agent, like Duke barely streams, Phantom doesn't stream as regularly as he used to, Chris doesn't stream as much. I think Davis is actually streaming more now. But just in general, like they were supposed to be, they were the premier streaming group, period. Now it's all I see is fucking Kai and Agent streaming. So I don't know.
It's pretty much phased at this point. I wouldn't say that they're burnt out or don't have the passion anymore. I think a lot of people are uncomfortable because it's a massive shift. And I've had a conversation with some streamers, some way higher, some way lower, and everything in between. And a consensus is everyone wants it, or they'll say they want it. Obviously, actions speak louder than the words. But consistently what I hear is I have to step out of my box or I have to adapt to the meta. And I think IRL content is definitely something that a lot of people didn't envision when they came to Twitch. And when we have the conversation of genuine hoops or going about it the right way, hell, we've had the conversation with the view buying thing. I think a lot of streamers are realizing, yo, gang, at some point, you want to break through the fourth wall without being like an OG per se. You're going to have to learn how to do this IRL shit at some point in time. The reactions are going to have a cap on it. Then after the reactions, the certain things you can do within your household have a cap on it. At some point, you need a cameraman. At some point, you're going to need to turn the face cam on, even for my people that still don't have face cams on. So a lot of people are adapting to this current meta, this crazy meta of streaming right now. I think it's just a massive uncomfortability issue. And then for the 1% of 1%, I think they just don't know what to do. And we're learning why TV producers and directors get paid for their jobs.
I just think everybody's appetite is different. After they reach a certain level of success, everybody don't got the same appetite. So yeah, Agent and Kai might be leading the forefront in streaming or doing the content, whatever it is. Yeah, Duke isn't streaming as much. Duke don't want to stream as much. Like he's reached a point to where he's satisfied where he is. I guess you can't say it is complacent. People are getting complacent. Now I do know he had a clip saying that he was motivated by seeing, I guess, whatever numbers or seeing people work, and that was getting the drive ready for him again. Yeah, like he was like, okay, I'll get back into it. But everybody's hunger is just different. Everybody's appetite's a little bit different. Everybody gets full at a certain spot. They've been going hard for years. Pause. They're the streaming group. When you think of a streaming group, AMP Gen 1 streaming group, they've done it for a minute. Different members are satisfied at different levels. I understand it.
But so
to be fair, I don't think they're like fully complacent. I think a part of this too is like them as a collective, they're getting pulled left, right, and sideways. There's a bunch of different opportunities. So streaming as much as they used to, the 10-hour streams, that's just not sustainable. They got Tone now. Phantom is doing some Netflix stuff. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they're just getting pulled left, right, and sideways.
But that's why I would say I don't think that it's a situation where I would probably say, hey, they're burnt out. There's a lot more going on in the space. Plus, the space is also evolving. And again, why I always try to tie it back to this, even though we probably shouldn't, but just tie it back to what streaming is and what it's done over the past couple of years to people. Dog, there's a clip of Ron saying like, yo, I've been live for the past, I think he said 6 years. No, that sounds crazy. He's been live consistently for the past 6 years. You can go look at his Twitch tracker. He has been live for the past 6 years. Daily. That's unsustainable. Like there's not real breaks in his Twitch tracker. He is just staying consistently live. So like a lot of this stuff is unsustainable, and we're even seeing now at the tippity top. It gets more unsustainable. It's something that people are not going to be satisfied with, et cetera, et cetera. Now, ultimately, at the end of streamer, this Mafiathon will be able to see some like, definitive numbers and stuff like that. To see like, this actually performed this way, this way, this way. And whether it was good or not. But I'm not gonna lie, gang. All this stuff is not sustainable, and I'm glad that we're in a place where we can look at the bubble and say, "Yo, we need to do something different because we can't keep going forward like this."
Yeah, people are literally people are literally sacrificing their physical health for this stuff nowadays. And I think the only argument for complacency, that's why I'm heavy on comfortability. Disagreement is fine, but I don't even think it's burnout more than like uncomfortability. Is the only argument is kind of like the Duke Dennis's of the world, the I'm Dante's of the world, the Berlizzi's of the world that don't adapt, that they're just cool doing what they typically always do. And I think those are pretty much the unks. Those are the OGs, whether it's in YouTube years or real years. Those are the people that are like, I'm at a level that's pretty popular. I'm comfortable at that level that's pretty popular. I don't need to go out there and adapt because I'm good where I'm at. I think Bruce, I would say for the most part, probably is an OG as well, but we'll find out what he does. Solo Illuminati pump faked it. We thought he was going to come back and be Twitch comeback player of the year, and he just went back to doing the same shit. He'll upload a video every now and then he'll be chilling. So I think this next gen of streamers, though, or the streamers that still want it, because I would say Rage, for example, is old but still wants it. They're adapting. They're doing uncomfortable things. But I wouldn't say it's quite burnout yet. I do think the concept, though, and the audience may be burnt out of it. And that's a whole different can of worms.
This is Ron from like 20 to 25. And he's not really streaming this month, but like
Jesus Christ.
20 is like, yeah. 21 is definitely like, yeah. At the beginning of this week, there's a little break, maybe at the end of these 2 weeks. And by break, I just mean a couple of days off.
Jesus Christ, dude.
The only real gap is like right here. There's 2 weeks, and there's like 1, 2, 3 weeks right there. Keep going. 24. He just stayed live. I don't know. He just
Something wrong with this guy.
I also think is one of those things where like once you take a break, it's like, damn, this break kind of nice.
Nah, it happens to me.
I don't know how I was living the way I was. So
happens to me every time. Like anytime I miss a day or a midnight stream, I end up missing 2 days. I've never missed just a day. It's always been 2 to 3 days because you just get caught up in actually sleeping and eating. It's fucking crazy.
That's me with the gym. So
let me I'm gonna pull up Lacey.
Not ordering food.
Not 22, but 23. Lacey, another one. Just
I think Jinxie's graph is crazy. Or XCC, if you want to pull that up.
But I think the difference between those dudes and these dudes, this is like, although there's gaming in there, IRL starts to get in here and it becomes this bigger lift. Like, with all due respects to Jinxie, he's at the computer, right? I don't Jinxie, yeah. But ultimately, yeah, he's at the computer. When we're talking about what Lacey and Ron were doing, there's a lot of IRL. There's a lot more involved in the streams.
Yeah,
so it's a bit much. But even this is outrageous.
Yeah,
nah, it's crazy. I ain't never
Hey,
pulling
did
those
he miss
off.
a day in, what was that, 23? Did he miss a day for majority of the month? That's crazy.
No, he missed a day. But I think a lot of this is like Jinxie fired up a video game, and I'm not taking that away from him because he's still playing this video game for an extended period of time. But he fired up. He was playing Rainbow. He fired up Rainbow, and then he kept it going. Ron and them, yo, we're about to go everywhere for the next 9 to 13 hours, and we're about to live our lives in front of everybody. Yeah, you can't do that, gang. That's not good.